Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, the South African Wanderer, and I just wanted to quickly give you an intro into the video that follows. I was going to do it indoors, but then there's this lovely Joburg thunderstorm just moving across, so I said why not bring you outside with me so you can take it in as well. So the video that's going to follow is a walkthrough of the Tugela Falls hike, which I did in November last year and April last year as well. So this was my second time going through, and we went on the route that is known as the chain ladders route. But basically the hike can be broken up into three parts. The first part is called the zig-zag, getting out of the Sentinel Peak car park. You walking up and you're making your way up past the Sentinel Peak itself. There's a thunder rumbling. So yeah, that's where you do most of the elevation and the climbing, and then you get onto what is called the contour path. So while the contour path is relatively flat, you are still going uphill a little bit, and then you get to the chain ladders itself. Before the chain ladders, you'll get to the alternate route, which is the gulley, which is a steep uphill climb up to the top of the plateau. The chain ladders itself is two set of chain ladders that take you up to the plateau, and then on the plateau itself it's about a 1.5 kilometer walk to get to the campsite. So let's just jump into the video. Okay guys, so we're making our way up to the Sentinel parking lot, and the view just got obstructed. That's brilliant timing, Pranesh. So we're just navigating the road, which is quite bumpy, but Anirudh says he's seen worse before, so he's fine.
No,
not so much bad.
not so move.
So we overnighted at Witsiehoek and we had breakfast, and it's about 9:30 now, and we're getting up to Sentinel car park. I think we'll just have to pay them the parking fee for the overnight, which I think is like 60 rand, and then we hike up to the top, and we overnight at the top. Quite busy today. We've seen about 20 people already go up, and that's just in the time we were eating breakfast. So hopefully we're gonna have, you know, quite a few people at the top, but also get our own space. So yeah, we'll check in as we go through the day. Okay guys, so here we are, setting off from Sentinel Peak car park. Long hike ahead, but we'll take it slowly. So this is the starting point for the hike. It starts off on a cement path with a what looks like gradual incline, but it's quite a good incline, and this goes about 1 kilometer or so, and then we'll get onto the zigzag path. Lovely weather for hiking. It's not too hot, sun's out, wind is a bit up, but not too bad. Hopefully it stays like this during the day. It doesn't cause problems when we setting up the tent. Okay, so we're coming onto the steeper path called the zigzags, going to be many breaks now. So the zigzags are where you will do most of your climbing for the hike. The path goes in a series of switchbacks up the side of the mountain, and it goes on for, I'd say, roughly about 1.5 kilometers, but you know, doubling back on yourself every so often. So it is a bit tough, especially, you know, so early in the hike, but I think you just have to, you know, take your time and rest as you need it, and eventually you'll start making your way up to the top of the zigzags and onto the contour path, which is a bit more flat. The zigzags are still kicking my ass, but here's the view back. Okay, so we finally off the zigzags and onto the contour path now, which levels out and is good for the next, I think, 3 kilometers or so. So makes hiking a bit easier. Usually we stop here, take a break for lunch, and then make our way to the chain ladders. So while I do say that the contour path is flatter, it's still slowly going up, so it's not as steep as the zigzags initially are, but you will keep going up and you will have a little bit of a rougher terrain. So there are points where you're scrambling over, you know, sheer rock faces, and you're looking down sheer cliffs, but you should be fine until you get to about the gulley, when it flattens out again. But there's another one not too far down. Yes, just come down. So there's another one like that. I'm gonna come up to. Watch. Easy does it. So we're coming up to the alternate route, which is the gulley. You can see from here, hopefully, how steep it is. That's the gully that we're looking up. We've passed the gully and we're motoring again. Nice break for lunch. So distance to the chains now is about maybe a kilometer along what is relatively flat contour path. So we're almost there. First sight of the chain ladders. So we're going to take a break at the bottom of the chain ladders. And then get up. We've made good time actually. It's just going about past 1 o'clock. So we've been hiking for just over 3 hours to get to this point. Maybe too much on the fast side. You want to actually give yourself time because you are high up, so you want to take it slower and not give yourself, altitude sickness or make yourself feel dizzy or anything like that. I forgot to turn the GoPro on, so I'm halfway up the first ladder already. So the chain ladders are probably the most daunting part of this hike. There's 2 sets of ladders made out of chains, hence the name. The first is about, I'd say 20 to 25 meters straight up, and then the second is between 10 and 15 meters straight up, with a little bit of a ridge in between the 2. This is generally a point where there is traffic on the hike. A lot of people get to the bottom of the chain ladders, take a break, and then start making their way back up to the plateau. So you can get some traffic, coming both ways, up and down. So you have to be, wary that you may wait for a little bit of time. And then obviously getting up the ladders is quite tough as well, physically as well as mentally. For someone like me who's very much used to a lot of safety features almost, these ladders look quite dangerous because there isn't a harness or a cage to keep you on the ladder while you're on it. So you could fall off 15 meters to the ground. So yeah, for me it's quite a daunting thought, but it is easier, I think, getting up the ladders because with the weight on your back you can lean forward and slowly pull yourself up. Coming down is, I think, a lot scarier, and you'll see that when we get to that point when we're coming back down. I'm tired. Oh, I forgot again. Here's the second ladder. This is the second chain ladder. So off the chains there's a little bit of a hill to climb, then we're on the plateau. At this point legs are jelly. The will to live has departed all of us. Just want to go get to the camp spot, set up camp, rest. Okay guys, so we are on the plateau now. From here it's an easier hike, but still about 1.5 kilometers to go to the campsite.
So why did they locate that at the campsite? Is there a specific reason?
The falls are there.
Ah.
Yeah, camp at the falls.
So which side is this?
We just follow the path. It's in that, see where the sort of valley meets.
Yeah.
That the river is carving the valley basically. That's the Tugela river. And then if you want to find the source, you have to follow this and hike that way. I think it's about 8 km further that way. No, people do it. So they come camp here on the top, and then they go that way in the morning, and then they double back on themselves. I think it's 8 km that way. Here we are. Time, Cash? 4 o'clock.
Time. 3.
3. Not bad. 5 hours from the bottom all the way to the top, with about an hour delay at the chain ladders itself.
You did very good, I think.
Yeah.
Not that I'm a pro at waterfalls or anything. I think in the time you did that.
Yeah. Raven. White-necked raven. If you are overnighting at the top, I would highly recommend getting up to watch the sunrise. We were up at about 4:30 just to catch the sun rising, at around 5 or 5:15, and we were blessed with a cloud inversion, so the clouds were below our feet and the sun was coming up, so it was a really awesome sight. How's it, guys? Sun is right behind me, but we just packed up camp and we making our way back down. So we are at the top of the Tugela Falls. It's just going about 7 o'clock and we're getting back down now. Getting back to the chains and ladders now. This is a bit of a grind after a long night, but it's not as bad as coming up the zigzags and stuff like that. So slow and steady, and we'll get there, and then it's all downhill after that. I think, as I mentioned, I do find going down the chain ladders even more daunting than coming up. I think you are almost climbing blindly, just putting your foot out and hoping that it catches the next rung, and it can be a bit unbalanced as well with your weight of your backpack on your back. So I do find going down the chain ladders a little bit tougher than coming up. I think the shorter ladder is obviously easier because you're off it within a few minutes. The longer ladder is tougher, and like I said, when going up, coming down as well, you have to go through a couple spots where the ladder changes direction. There are two ladders, of course, so we took the one with these circular rungs around the side, which makes it a little bit easier. The first time we went up, the ladder with the rungs was out of commission, and we had to use I think the tougher ladder, which is to the left of this one. So there are a few spots when you're coming down where you struggle to even place your foot with some rocks that are jutting out and stuff like that, and you have to almost place your foot one over the other. Unfortunately, you will have to look down every so often. So if you are scared of heights again, maybe consider going down the gully, but that is equally steep, I think. So just consider this hike carefully before attempting it. Oh, you're carrying on. I'll catch you. Hey guys, so we just came down the chain ladders up there. Whew. The last time it was much more difficult because only one chain was in operation. This time was a little bit easier with these circular rungs to hold on to. So yeah, now we descend to the car park. and then you're going left again. So yeah, we're going down, remember, they're going up. Oh, I see. So the board was right. There is a board that says Summit at the bottom there. But the last time we came, we carried on this path, and they've blocked it now. And then we got to the end there, and we were like, how do we get up?